Tick-tock goes the market clock. Bulls run wild, bears don't talk. Up or down, it's a coin flip game. Buy low, sell high, don't lose your grip. Stay sharp, stay fast on this trading trip. It's trading tips with Jim. Win or learn, never gim. Stack your knowledge to the brim. Tune in now.
21% in Big Bear, over 18% in Rigetti. You are listening to the StockInvest.us podcast Trading Tips with Jim, where I give you stocks like Rigetti, like Big Bear, like Chipotle, and so many other. Last week I told you I thought it would be a green week, and a green week it has been so far. It is Friday, it hasn't finished yet, but Nasdaq is up 4.22% so far this week. Dow Jones 256 and S&P 500 3.18%. And in last week's podcast I told you, with Nasdaq being at only 7% signals, I explained everything, when I would buy, how I would buy, and I did it. And in this podcast, which will be a shorter one, I will show you my actual trades. I never done this, maybe I did it a few times over the 6 years, but in general I do not show. But sometimes you have to see the real evidence. The stocks that I will show you will be the BigBear.ai trade, and I bought Big Bear when market was a little scared last week. I bought Big Bear for $5.10, currently sitting at $6.18, up 21.18%. Do I think Big Bear will go further up? Yes, I think so. I argued for everything. I told you that 5 weeks ago. I told you I think we will head into red weeks. You can find it, you can just watch my podcast list. You will see on the podcast icon a red or a green icon whether I think it will be a green or a red week. I was correct, and last week I said I think this week will be green, and so far I'm correct. It has to be a major catastrophe if Nasdaq is not to end this week highly up, and I think the markets will be green also next week. That being said, it might be green all the way to Christmas. We had the short dip fall, which was obvious when the buy signals and the sell signals were way too high. We had the natural fall. Nasdaq turning around the 22,000 points. The relative strength index is moving up over triggered buy signals from both short and long-term moving average. Everything indicates that we will keep pushing upwards. But back to the trades. Yes, I bought BigBear.ai just like I said, and I bought Rigetti just like I said. Bought Rigetti at 21.62, currently sitting at 25.65, up 18.64% in just a few days. And for those watching YouTube or my video version, you should see the actual transactions in the video. Another stock which I argued for 2 weeks ago, I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, was Chipotle. I bought this in red weeks. As I said before, I buy in red weeks. That's when you will get the good buys. I sell in green. Doesn't mean that I will sell while it's green now, because I think this strike may continue for several weeks. I will time my selling. But Chipotle I bought for $30.25, currently sitting at 34.13 cents, up 12.83%. And by the way, Chipotle is, in my opinion, one stock that has a huge potential to go further. Just listen to last week's podcast. I argue for everything. Some of you will sit here and only wait for a few new candidates. That's the only reason that you come in. So what is the next thing I buy? Here is the argument for them, and that you can just skip the podcast if you like. I believe it will be green weeks ahead. There is, in my opinion, room for Nasdaq to push at least up to 24,000, probably all the way up to 25,000, which is the target I had for the year. It might be that it will push up this week, beginning of next week, then have a slight little up, but in general everything indicates that the market should go up. In this climate, everything will go up, meaning that BigBear.ai should have potential to go even further, and I think I will double my money in BigBear.ai gave you the arguments why. Rigetti will continue to go up, and for sure Chipotle should continue upwards. A bit slower than the others, but much more safer. Other stock tips which I gave you, which will, in my opinion, continue. I said these are the stocks that may double. Go 3, 4, 5 podcasts back. Have to check exactly when. But I gave you 3 candidates which analyst agrees will go high, and our systems agree which will go high. One was GH, and when I recommended it was $96, currently sitting at $108.8, up 13%. This stock most likely will continue to push upwards. I think there will be a double in the stock, not now, but over the next 14 months. Atropos was also another stock, ATRO, recommended $47 it was back then, currently sitting close to $55 after being up almost 17%. The one stock that hasn't gone, which I mean has huge potential, is Applied Digital. I said that Applied Digital, the analysts believe that it will do very, very strong in the forthcoming earnings. Our system says the same thing, says that Applied Digital has the potential to double, but it will take some time. Currently sitting at $25, being the one stock that is down, meaning that it's a better buy than ever. And go back to the podcast, I told you I will not maybe buy them now. I will wait for the right position to buy them because I believe in these stocks, which means that I will soon, very soon, maybe even today or next week, get into Applied Digital because I believe being down 18% offers a good opportunity. I got little heat when I sold Nvidia, and I will show you the trade as well. Should be under in the video right now. I sold Nvidia at $204.50. People said, no, you are so wrong. But it turned out I was wrong. Nvidia trading at $177, down 13%. And I said I believe in Nvidia. I just want to use the trade to accumulate more stocks. Because selling higher, buying for the same amount, I will get more stocks. The other stock was Tesla. Sold Tesla at $455.28. Currently sitting at $429.35. Was down at $404, maybe even $398. Down 5.7%. I haven't rebought in Tesla. Tesla is one stock I absolutely love. I think it has a brilliant future. Robotaxi is coming. Robots by themselves is coming. This will be the new income stream for Tesla. I think, however, there is a possibility to get Tesla cheaper. I hope I'm not wrong because I want to get back into Tesla, but I think so. The question is, if we get into this, what I believe will be a few good weeks ahead, Tesla might just push over 500, and then you never know for sure about Tesla. But Nvidia, I think, still has some downside left before I will re-enter. Get this question: when will you re-enter, Jim? When will you go back to Nvidia? When will you go back to Tesla? I just need some red days. I love red days. That is when I buy. I promised you a short podcast, and it will be a short podcast. Only a few items left. The most important, in my opinion, is the buy and the sell signals, because these tell you something about the market. And right now only 19% is holding buy signals, the same like last week. Nasdaq jumped up from 7 to 14, while New York Stock Exchange is up at 30% buy signal. Not high at all, but up from 13 last week. London 26, Oslo 27, Frankfurt 35, all of them are up. Even National Stock Exchange of India is up from 17 to 18, meaning that there is a huge potential for Indian stocks right now, in my opinion. Should be good stock picks to get there. Tokyo from 34 to 39, and Shenzhen, China from 22 to 27. None of these are high. Like I said last week, Nasdaq was super low at 7, even New York Stock Exchange at 13, and every time Nasdaq been down at this, I buy with both hands. So I did. But they have plenty of potential to go much higher. The territory where things start to get scary is usually somewhere above 40. And if we go 5 weeks back when I said I believe markets will go down, London was at 40, Frankfurt 48. So many of these were very high. Sorry, Frankfurt was at 50, I see. So it was a good opportunity. Sum it up. I believe it will be a green week ahead. I believe almost any stock that you buy will go up by the end of the week. You wonder, what should I buy? Well, I try all the time to give you the best advices I can. I will repeat a few of them. Buy stocks which are in a rising trend. That lowers any risk. If you don't know how to trade, at least do that. If you're a little more professional, you will use volume. You will find stocks where the price is following the volume, meaning that when the price goes down, the volume goes down. Easily seen in our chart, there is a blue color field underneath the price line. That is the volume. You want it to follow. If it doesn't follow, it's a divergent. That's your opportunity. And if, for instance, a stock is falling very hard, volume is going up, it means that this is a good opportunity. If a stock is going up and volume starts to fall, it is a sell opportunity. This you can use even in falling trends to catch those really early birds. Oil $59, and as long as oil keep low, I hope it will fall more. World markets will continue to go up because the economies will get better. Oil companies will be hammered, and I think, as I said before, oil companies will not do very well over the next maybe even 1 to 3 years. I'm not sure, but then they will have a rebound because economies across the world is now starting to fire up, and then the consumption of oil will go up, and that will keep a price pressure on oil. We have a peace president in the United States arguing for peace across the world. This is very, very good. But new elections will come up and we can get back to the same scenario that can push oil prices up, especially by the end of 2-3 years. We can be in a situation where oil again will push much higher. You have to buy when the stocks are very, very low, when they're hammered. Some companies will do very well in this situation. That is those who transport oil. I believe rates will be good across this, and the volume will be very, very high for transport. I position myself there for dividend stocks. You heard it all in Trading Tips with Jim, and you will continue to hear me say it. 10-year Treasury yield $3.99, very good. When this goes down, market goes up. Simple rule to follow. There is expected a rate cut from the Feds, and that can push the market higher. 12 minutes into the podcast, I made myself a promise, make it shorter than 15 minutes this time, because I really do not have that much to give you. One item is left. It is NIO in the $1,000 challenge. Hasn't been a success. Well, it is a success because the stock is up, but it was up almost at 8, currently down at 540-ish, 550-ish. Meaning that the $1,000 challenge is still under 4,000, was up at $5,555. We are waiting for NIO. NIO pushed out very good quarter results, but stock is holding back. That's because tech stocks are in the wind. And I'm not sure NIO will catch any fire until a little later, maybe 2-3 weeks before it will push. Hard to say. But I will keep NIO in the $1,000 challenge because it is a stock I absolutely believe will go very, very high. All I can say, I hope for you to have a very good week, that your stocks, your portfolio will go up. I want for you to remember one thing from this short podcast: use the red weeks to buy, use the green weeks to sell. That will enable you to do much better positions buying and selling, and use trends as your friend. Until next time, just have a super time. Bye.
Welcome to StockInvest.us Stock Analysis. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should speak with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decision upon StockInvest.us. By using the information you agree and are held liable for your own investment decisions.